Okay, so I'm going to show you how you're going to work on making your My Book of Leaves. So if you're able to print this, you can have it printed out, or if you don't, you can actually just get a plain paper and write My Book of Leaves by, and on there you need to put your name. So I'm going to, and when you're the author of a book, you do your first and your last name. Okay? So if you don't have this able to print it, you can just write it on your own paper, okay? So that's the first step. You will need, of course, your leaves where you've pressed them, and you'll need liquid glue. That's important that it's liquid glue. Glue sticks don't work with the leaves. And so you're going to be working with and showing examples of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of leaves. So we'll have leaf 1, leaf 2. So if you printed it out, it will tell you all the leaf numbers through leaf 6. So if you are going to be doing this on your own paper, you'll need 6 pieces of paper, and then in the top corner you'd write leaf 1 and then leaf 2. And our directions say glue or draw and color one of the local leaves from your leaf scavenger hunt. So let's say you looked and could not find a certain type. Well, if you can't find one to actually glue on here, you could look at your chart on Seesaw and try to draw it the best that you can and color it, okay? But if you do have the leaves, just go ahead and glue them on. So like, for example, the first one that's listed here is the red oak. So I'm going to look through my leaves. Red oak was the one that had the pointy tips. So I've got different sized leaves. I try to find a few of them, but I got to find one that's going to fit in this area. And this one looks like it's going to fit. So what I would do is I'd find the back side to it, and with the glue, I would put it around the edges. I'm not going to do it right now in sake of time. But I just do it around the edges and maybe just a little few dots in the middle. Don't cover the whole thing. Then you would turn it over and very carefully press it down so all the tips don't, see how this one's rolling up? That's the key thing about pushing it down so that the glue goes on to the tips. Now some of the glue might come off to the edge, so make sure nothing gets on top of it and just let it sit till it dries, and it should be fine. Now once you've got your leaf glued on there, your next step is to come down here to the bottom. And it says right here, example sentences. Down here, you're going to write a complete sentence about what type of leaf this is. We said this one is a red oak. So we're not just going to say red oak or it is a red oak. We're going to be more descriptive. And here's some examples. And in your book, don't just copy the same sentence over and over, kind of vary it. So like, let's say on this page, I'm going to choose, this is a leaf from the, and then don't do blank, you're going to write in the name of it. So I'm going to show you. You would say this is a leaf from the, and then I'm going to get my chart to help me out. You can look on Seesaw, red oak, and I want you to notice the names of the types of trees are capitalized because this is the name of a specific tree. So you should be writing it as a capital because it's the name of that tree. It is a leaf from the red oak and then tree. And remember what comes at the end of a sentence. Now my next page for leaf 2, I may choose this sentence. This is a, if I decide to do white oak, I would say a white oak tree leaf. Then on maybe page 3, here's an example of the birch leaf. And then above is an example of a leaf from the sassafras tree. Sassafras tea. They do have sassafras tea, but it's a sassafras tree. So vary and change around your different sentences. Don't just say this is a leaf from the red oak tree. This is a leaf from the birch tree. This, change up with your sentences, okay? So you'll do 3 of those one day. Let those sit and dry. Then tomorrow you'll do the next 3. And then when you have all of them done and all the glue's dried, don't try to put them together when the glue's dried. So I'm going to put them all together and put them in order. Leaf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get your pages straight. Put your cover on. And then, if you have a stapler, or if your parents have something else that would work, to bind them together. 1 at the top, about 1 in the middle, and 1 at the bottom. And when you're done, you've got your book of leaves. And each page will have an example of all the leaves that are the main ones that are growing around here. And I hope you have fun doing this. And remember, when you get leaves, try to get one that's going to fit on there. So let's say I'm ready for my next one. And I put this one there. Oh no, Lord, no, that one's not going to work. That one's way too big. But this is one of the favorite leaves I found because it's so huge. But it's not going to work in this book. All right, have a good time working on your book of leaves. This is one of my most favorite activities that I do every fall with leaves.